Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. We have new dinos, dinosaurs, although they don't look too much like dinos, but whatever. Yeah, let's get to it. The monsters are all scripted already, the traps are not. I'm gonna script them all. Thankfully they have a lot of effects in common that I can just copy paste between cards, so that's gonna make things a bit easier and faster. Anyway, let's get started. Therizia, if no more spell summon, set one trap. Heal piece 2000 or less, gains attack. If it's destroyed, banish one trap, spell summon one level 4 low except Therizia from your graveyard. Delay, so it doesn't miss timing. Advance per turn, summon, special summon. His existing matching cards filter. So this is the code for Dinoruffia. So this Dinoruffia trap can be set. And when it resolves, you select what you want to set. If you set it and you have less than 2000 or less, and this card is still face up on the field and related to this effect, break because it says then, so it's different timing. And then you apply you register the attack boost effect on it. It's permanent, okay, that's fine. And then if it's destroyed, trigger, delay, destroyed, hard once per turn. You can only use each effect, yep. Special summon. Condition needs to be by effect or battle, yep. Cost, you banish one trap from your graveyard. Type trap, able to remove its cost. Select, banish it. And then for the special summon, you need to have master zones and something for lower Dinoruffia, not Therizia herself. And it can be special summoned. Operation equals special summon graveyard. Select special summon. Okay, so she looks fine overall. We're gonna test her in a minute. So he has the same graveyard effect when he's destroyed. It's exactly the same except Diplos. The name just changes here. And then the first effect is an Armageddon Knight, I think. You can send one Dinoruffia from your deck to the graveyard, then inflict 100. Yep. So let me take a look at him as well. And I'm gonna test both of them at the same time, I suppose. Single trigger, delay. He says card is able to grave. Select Martin, send to grave. And it's in the graveyard. So that if Macrocosmos is up, you send it to the graveyard, and then it's not gonna be in the graveyard, so you don't go past this point. Your life points are 2000 or less, break, do damage. Okay. And then this, now Hatter scripted all of the monsters, so I'm gonna assume that he just copy pasted this effect. Take a quick look. Grave. Type trap. Okay, level 4 lower. Yep, notice code. Yeah, okay, so should be fine. Let's take a quick. Let's make a quick test. Now, these don't have a script yet, so it's gonna throw a script error when I go into the game. But I need a trap. I need a Dinoruffia trap to set with her. Then I need to put him in the graveyard. So Foolish Burial. And let me destroy. Can I destroy these two at the same time? Can't think of a card that does that easily. we're just going to do it the boring way. Foolish Bird Goods and Dark Hole for the monster. Okay, there we go. So, 4 cards in the hand, don't shuffle. So let me send this there. Then when I summon, I should be able to set the other one from the deck. Okay, all good. And now let me send this guy, and with Dark Hole, I should be able to banish Trap. Let's summon this guy. Okay, all good. And then let's try the opposite. So he's gonna send the trap graveyard, and Foolish Bear is gonna send the monster, and then Dark Hole will trigger this guy. Okay, all good. So this is the error I mentioned because this trap doesn't have a script yet. So the game says, well, I don't see a script for this, and just throws an error. So it's nothing. Okay, so these two, the main deck monsters, seem fine. Let's put them to the side. And then we can move on to the fusions. So let me close these. Okay, Kentregina, or Kentregina, I don't know. I don't remember exactly the Japanese name. Dark Dino 4000, 2 Dinoruffia with different names. I think that already exists as a like a recipe in a different fusion, so it should be fine. Lose attack equal to your LP. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. You can only use 12 effects. Main phase quick, pay half life points, and banish one normal trap, Dinoruffia from your graveyard. Copy the effect. Okay, any of these guys destroyed by battle card, press summon level 4 low Dinoruffia from your graveyard. So this effect is the same, except it doesn't say except Dinoruffia Therizia, because she's level 6. So it will be pointless to say that. So that's probably gonna be copy pasted as well. For the copy effect, I think he said he used Bird Plant, Bird Anaconda as the base, so it should be fine. But we're going to test it after I script one of these. Anyway, let's take a look. Materials. Dinoruffia. Summon code and not. Okay, so this seems fine. Although I'm going to test it in a moment. The materials should be fine though, because I think it already exists. Like I said, on a different fusion monster. So update attack, and it's minus your current life points, so that's correct. Normal trap, the copy. Quick, chain, up zone, 5 once per turn. Main phase is the condition. Cost. It exists a matching card. You can banish as a cost, it's Dinoruffia. It's a trap, and no other types. It has to be exactly trap. So basically, that's what normal trap means. Because if it's a counter trap, it's gonna be both a trap and a counter. Basically, it's gonna have both types. Whereas in this case, it's going to have just a type trap. That's the trap type. Check activate effect. This is to check if you can actually apply the effect of what you're trying to copy. We have life points here. And then target. Let's for target direction. Although it doesn't target, so it doesn't need this. Although actually, oh wait a minute, no. It's needed because the card you're trying to copy might target. Gotcha. That's why this should be here. Okay. Select what you want to banish. Banish it. Get its stuff. Get target. So this is the function that's run when you activate the effect. So if the effect targets, this is the function that's going to be doing the targeting, etc. Just run it here, and then the operation is going to do the same for the operation. Yep, okay. So this should be fine, but we're going to test it in a moment when I'm done scripting one of these. Okay, and the revive effect should be the same, except there's no... Actually, there's no cost too, huh? You can banish one trap from your graveyard. Yeah, it's missing the cost, and it also doesn't exclude itself, because it's excluded by default due to the level requirement. Single trigger delay, these are the same, no cost. It's the same. Yeah, so there's no ID code check here. And the rest seems the same, so this should be fine. Gonna need these two again. Gonna use polymerization to test the multiple different name materials. Gonna put 2 copies of each monster. So the moment I select her, I can only select him, and vice versa. So the materials work fine. She loses attack. Okay, I need Dark Hole. And yeah, the way I'm gonna test the attack effect, I don't know, maybe some people are not aware of this interaction, so might as well show it. So, Kings. If you use reverse trap, it's gonna actually reverse the reduction here, so it's gonna make it so she gains attack equal to your life points, so you can make a really high attack. 8. Okay. Could have been moved to these, but whatever. Use these 2 fusion. So now, if I use this, she should go to 12,000. There we go. 4,000 base, plus 8,000 for my life points. And once she's destroyed, I should be able to revive either of the 2. Okay, boom, okay, seems fine. So she should be good to go, okay. Don't need these, okay. Now we have the other fusion, which is the pterodactyl looking mecha thing. It looks more like a Dynamis, to be honest. Kinda looks like him. In any case. Let's see, what are... Okay, same materials. Oh, your life points at 2000 or less, you do not pay LP. Oh yeah, it's that effect. Like guiding Ariadne. To activate trap cards or Dinoruffia master effects. Okay. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When activates a master effect, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the master original attack. If this card is destroyed, it's the same revival effect. Okay, so the material should be the same, I'm not even gonna look at it. LP cost, so LP cost change, play target, your side. Condition, your life points need to be 2000 or less. Yep. And then the value should be the one that determines whether it's changed or not. So, if there's no array, return val. So, if there's no effect that is being activated, return the default value, so you pay normally. This is the card whose effect is being activated, basically. Okay, so if it's a card activation, so spell trap activation, and it's a trap, return 0. Okay. If it's a monster effect activation and it's a Dinoruffia, return 0. Otherwise, return the standard value. Okay, so this was fine. This does in fine. Now, all the effects that pay half. Okay, she pays half. These do not. No, and the traps do. So I'm gonna need a trap as well to test the first effect on this. because she copies traps and we don't have any traps. But it should be fine. Now let's see the quick damage effect. Category damage, Quico, Training, M-Zone, head once per turn. Okay, seems fine so far. So what does it chain to? When your opponent activates a monster effect, so it needs to be the opponent. The reason player is the opponent of the triggering player, so your opponent. It needs to be a monster effect, and its original attack needs to be more than 0, because you're going to inflict damage equal to the original attack. If it has 0 original attack, you cannot inflict 0 damage. So yeah, that's the idea here. Get base attack. Set out your parameters. Seems fine. Get them. Damage. Okay. Seems fine, I think. Right, so I guess I'll test him later along with the traps. Or actually, no, let me test the burn effect. Let's see, that first, I guess. Yeah. Need an opponent. There we go. Right, so polymerization. The revival effects. Alright, seems good. We're going to test the bathing with the traps later. Okay, so let's see. What's the first one? I think the first one is the fusion spell. Trap. Domain. During the main phase, pay half. Fusion summon using monsters from your hand, deck, or field. And then the graveyard effect. When your opponent activates a card effect while your OP is 2000 or less, banish this card from your graveyard. Take no damage for your opponent's card effects this turn, and you can only activate one per turn. Okay, so I'm thinking. Let me make this first. Base for the script. I'm thinking Shadow Fusion. As the base. Okay, save it real quick. Okay. Let's see. Let me see the script for Shadow Fusion. Extra. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much the same action. Main one difference is gonna be that you summon Dinaruffias. So this needs to be changed to 271. Same here. And then this. Instead of having a condition on this, it's just going to return it all the time. Is able to grave the deck. Yeah, okay. This is the additional materials basically. By default, it's going to take hand and field, and as additional materials, you can also take from the deck always. As Blossom, hard once per turn. Okay, so that seems fine. Now the great effect, when your opponent activates a card or effect while your OP are 2000 or less. Actually, we could use this. The damaging effect here. As the base. And no effect damage. It's gonna be E2. Let's see, it's not once per turn. It's in the graveyard. We go, no category. Let me function image real quick. Go down. And let's see, the condition is that your opponent activates a card effect, you change it to that. Well, your PR does not less. So let's take the condition from here. This one. And it's gonna be an opponent's effect. We don't care if it's a monster effect, and we don't care about any attack. We just care that your life points, you will. What does it get? Get LP or something? There we go. This. Oop, and just replace the player here with TP. So yeah, if it's an opponent's effect and your life points are 1000 or less, is a condition for the graveyard effect. Cost is to banish this. So let's put a cost here. Set cost ox BFG cost. This is the standard banish this card from the graveyard cost. Don't need to add anything to it. Take no damage. It doesn't need a target function actually. And then in the operation, we're going to register the no damage effect. You can make you take no damage from your opponent's card effects this time. No damage from your opponent's cards. Is this right? Let's see. Change damage. Also, much can be super bad. Okay, I think I found a different card. This game. You take no effect damage from your opponent's card effects this turn. It's basically the same. Yeah. So let's see what he does. Change damage, no effect damage. Right, let me copy these. This is the fusion, we don't need it at the moment. Okay. To fix the spacing here a bit. One. So the first effect changes the damage to 0, I suppose. Oops. It's the opponent. And the second, I'm not sure exactly what. E2, E1. 2E2. I'm not sure the difference between these and just changing it, but what does this do? If it's right, if it's effect damage and the reason player is the opponent, return 0, otherwise return the standard value. So this seems fine. No effect damage this turn. The reset is correct. Okay. Let's see. Right, first let's try the fusion effect. Need some stuff in the deck. You're in the extra deck. And then when the opponent activates something, when we have no life points, okay, we need. Okay, this pays half. Did I add the cost? I didn't add this cost. Okay, so we need to add the cost. I'm pretty sure you add it afterwards. Like this. You want set cost. And we're just gonna copy Solemn Judgment, I guess. Many judgment cards. There we go. Didn't another actually didn't something else do it? Yeah, she did it as well, I guess. Let's see. Cost should be carry it. Oops. Test cost. This should just be true. You can always pay like half your life points. Okay. So this is gonna take us down to 4,000. Unfortunately, I cannot change the starting life points in test hand. So we need to take 2,000 more. We need to lose 2,000 more life. I guess we're going to do it with Solemn Judgment. Just negate something. Just negate something with it, and we're going to go down to whatchamacallit, to 2,000. And then we just need the opponent to use something, and then we're going to use the gravity effect. And then we're going to use Poison of the Old Man, or Poison of the Old Man, and Tremendous Fire. Self-damage. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Okay, so I need something for we'll figure it out again. Okay, let's go. So this and this. Okay, main phase. Okay, I should add a main phase. Let me note it down. And main phase hint. Also, actually, it's missing the condition as well. Yeah. Let me copy it from here. This. One. Okay. Right, so still want a fusion summon. Can use the deck. Okay. Now let's have something to negate, so I go down to 2,000 life points. Okay, and now when the opponent activates something, which I'm going to do in my turn, should be able to chain the graveyard effect. Let's see damage. Okay, chain this. Okay, I didn't take any damage from this. Okay, nice. So the graveyard effect seems to be working correctly, which is good because I can then copy it on everything else. On the other normal traps I'm in, because they have the same effect. Cost. Doing main phase pay half, fusion summon. Okay, let me add the hint. Set hint timing 0. Timing main end, I think. So now when the opponent tries to go from main phase to battle phase, it's gonna prompt me this without me touching anything. Let me just check that I can use the field, although I don't think there's going to be a problem. Found Master Zone. Okay. Okay, so that seems fine. You can only activate one. It's right here. Condition cost. Blossom table, graveyard effect. Okay, so this should be good. Now we have 2 more normal traps and then the 3 counter traps. So now the normal traps all have the same graveyard effect, so I can just copy paste this like I said earlier. So I basically only have to script half a card, and then the 3 counter traps have the graveyard effect that they share between them. so it's gonna be the same thing. Now, Dinoruffia Alert. Let's move to this one. Copy. Actually, let me just copy the whole thing. I'm gonna remove the first part. Alert. Let me get the ID and save the script real quick. Okay. Now, so the second effect is exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. So let's remove F extra. It's for the materials. We don't need it. The cost for paying half life points is still here, so we're gonna leave this here. I'm gonna put a timing for the end phase, I think. I recall correctly, this is the one that special summons. Yes. There's no condition on it, like main phase or anything like that. You can only activate one is here. Timing in phase. Okay, so and this needs to be regular create effect, like so. Okay, so let me read it real quick. They have special summon up to 2 from your graveyard whose total levels equal 8 or less. For the rest of this turn, they cannot declare attacks. You cannot special summon monsters except Dinoruffia monsters. Okay, it's a pretty standard special summoning effect. I'm pretty sure this already exists, so let's see. Whose total levels equal 8 or less. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see what this does. Okay, don't need these. Let's get here. Special summon activated. This does not target. No, so we don't need this. Already have this. These 3 go here. Already got a card. Okay, cost tag activate. Okay. So the cost is gonna be the pay half. We already have this from the previous card. Alright, so I'm copying the stuff from the magic key trap. Let's see, filter. Monster. Okay, so this needs to be Dinoruffia, which is 271. It does not target, so we don't need this. It can be special summoned. It's not any particular position, so we do this. SP filter. Select on select. Okay, so this is up to 2, huh? Math min. How many zones you have in 2? If blue is spirit, then it needs to be 1. Because you cannot summon two at the same time while blue spirit is applying. And now this, the magic card, target, so it does all the selection stuff in the target function, but we have to do it in the operation. Then with this. So we have to move all the stuff down here. see. No, take the cards. Okay. Okay, so if T is the minimum between 2 and how many zones you have, make it 1 if Spirit is up, and then select from 1 up to FT. Right. Okay. Special summon them. For the rest of this turn, blah blah blah. So all of this can go. Because it's the synchro and exceed stuff that the magic key card does. We don't need it. We don't need this either. Select. Okay, so for the rest of this turn, they cannot declare attacks. Also, you cannot special monsters. Let's see. It cannot declare an attack. Okay. Let's see what Reveal does. Summon token. OTC and T. Oops. There we go. You see? Command attack. Announce. Don't declare attacks, yeah. Yes, it's standard. The end here. And then also you can spell summon except the Dinoruffia monsters for the rest of this turn. Oh, so even the attack restriction? But for the rest of this turn they can't do, yeah. So this needs a reset phase end as well. And then let's use, I don't know, transcode. With the special summon restriction. Not declare attacks. Not special summon except Dinoruffia. Client hint. So that it has a description. Set description. Number 2. This is time, and then the limit is gonna be not is set card Dinoruffia. There we go. Filter. Oh yeah, I forgot this line before selecting. Okay, so I think it's gonna be fine. It should be good, I guess. Let's see. They have special summon from the graveyard. So, Village Burial. A couple of them. They cannot declare attacks, can special summon except Dinoruffia. Let's get Sister Confit out. Pull all the kings. So they should be enough to test it. I think. Okay, let's see if I made a mistake. No, it is a good start. Okay. Activate. Select if I wanna. I can finish now if I want to. Select both of them. Special summon, special summon. I cannot summon this guy. She cannot attack. And then next turn, I can special summon. And she can attack. Okay. So it should be good. I'm not gonna test the graveyard effect again. It's exactly the same. Like I literally copy pasted it, so it should work the same way. In phase. Okay. So let's move on to the next one, which is the last normal trap, Brute. Again, let me copy everything. Okay. Brute. So the second effect again is the same. So I'm just gonna leave it there. And then the main effect, they have destroy both one Dinoruffia you control monster and one card your opponent controls. Simple. Okay. So we have the same cost. Timing, I'm gonna add, what's what I call it? There's one for the enemies and for monsters. I'm gonna find it later. Destroy category. Destroy. Activate for chain. Cost, okay. Cost is the same. Now, this effect is pretty much the same as Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. The main difference being that Destroy says both one card you control and one card on the field, whereas this says one Dinoruffia monster you control and one card your opponent controls. So it's very, very, very similar. And that's why I'm going to copy it. Target, activate. Okay. So let's see. Let's make a difference. Okay, we need Dinoruffia monsters I control and cards the opponent controls. Let's go on. Okay, so this group, we're gonna have a filter here basically. And this filter is gonna be Dinoruffia monsters I control and cards the opponent controls. Those are the only valid cards that can be selected. Function as this filter, see. So it needs to either be a face up. Oops. Dinoruffia. I control. Let's see, is controller TP needs to be all of that, or it needs to be controlled by the opponent. We need to pass the player here. And here. Okay. So now RG has all the face-up Dinoruffia monsters on my side, and all the cards on the opponent's side. And from that group, in the rest column, we're gonna check that there needs to be at least one Dinoruffia I control, and one card the opponent controls. Pretty much. Let's see, and we're gonna do this. Filter count. So the number of cards in the selected group that are on my side is exactly 1. Or yeah, that should work, I think. So you can't go more than 1, and you must select 2. So the second one must be the opponent's by default. I think that's how it's gonna work. Let's copy this and put it here. And the rest should be the same. Okay, let's try it out. I need a Dinoruffia monster, and I need the opponent to have a card. I'm just gonna put an opponent and yeah. Okay. So if I just do this, okay, there's some error somewhere. Is filter count correct here? That's gone. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot to remove that parameter there. Right, if I do this, I cannot activate it yet because I don't control something. But now I can, and I should be able to. Yeah, see, so if I select this, it should force me there. Okay, if I select this, the same thing. If I select this, yeah. I need to try with 2 Dinoruffias out, but it should be fine. Let's see. Summon this. Okay, and now the point is if I select this, I cannot select this. Yeah. Okay, so 1 card the opponent controls, and 1 of my Dinaruffias. So it should be fine now. Okay. Nice. And with that, we are done with the normal traps. Okay, good. So we can move on to the counter traps now. These 3. So this one's a token, this negates, and this copies. Oh, now that I have the traps, I can test the copy effect of her and the no damage effect, no pay FP of this guy. So first of all, copy. So banish 1 from the graveyard, copy the effect. Okay. Let's copy this, I suppose. It's the easiest one. Poly. Because I'm gonna fuse these 2 for this, and then I can copy this right away. So let's go back to here script for a moment. We're looking at this. I need this in the graveyard, sorry. So many for the battle goods. Or I could just summon this guy, I guess. That makes sense. Summon. Send this. Calling for the waifu. Okay, now I should be able to. I should have a main and by the way, that's the one I wanted to use on Brute. It should be timings check monster plus main end. Okay, so now I can copy, pay half, banish this, and it's copying normally. Okay, nice. So she seems to work. I guess if I copy this, I can fusion summon both of them. And at that point I'm gonna be at 2000 life points, so he should kick in. So the next payment should be free after that. And yeah, let's make this the next payment. Okay. So I summon this guy to send the revival one. Forgot the name. Alert. Set this. I'm gonna fusion summon her first. And then she can copy the fusion spell, the fusion trap. Okay, and now I'm at 2000. And now, next turn, I should be able to copy with her without paying anything. And it seems fine, I didn't pay anything. Special summon. Yeah, that looks fine. And then let's do the same thing, but use the trap instead of her effect now, this time. So a couple of kings. Fusion summon. Here from the deck. Copy. And very quickly we're down to 2000 life points, and then should be able to use it without paying. Yep. Okay, nice. So both here copy effect, and this guy's no pay effect. They seem to work fine. They seem to work correctly. Okay, so we can now actually officially move on to the counter traps. Starting with this one, which is the token summoning one. Start of your opponent's battle phase, pay half, special summon a token. Your opponent, while you control your opponent, can attack other cards, other monsters for attacks, and then you damage calculation. If you take battle damage with 2000 or less life points, banish this card, you take no damage from that battle. Which is the 3 counter traps share this good effect as well, so I only have to skip it once. Anyway, let's focus on the first effect first. Yeah, so new script. This is called Shell. This is the token. The name of the token. Okay. Right. So this is gonna be a little different, but the base is probably gonna be similar. So. Battle damage this time. Right, so first effect. Starts with the opponent battle phase, summons a token. So for start of the battle phase, we have a recent card actually, Warrock Mountain. Yeah, this one. So this is gonna be the code. Activate. No hit timings. You can only activate one. It doesn't have. Oh, it does have a cost. I'm blind. They have life points again, so I need to actually copy this. Manage this again. Okay. Then it summons a token, so we need a token summoning card. Let's go with one-time passcode. It just summons one token. It's pretty simple. The categories. Okay, and then I get to activate. It's gonna be the token stuff. So you need to have room, and player can spell summon monster. It's plus 100 here. Token 2000 attack. 0 attack, 3000 defense. Level 10. Race dinosaur. Is it dino or dinosaur? I can't remember. It's dinosaur. Attribute dark. And face up. Does it have to be defense position? No. Okay. Actually, this is exactly the same, so let me copy it. Okay. Token special summon. This is okay, so if you do special summon it, it's to be face up. Just face up. This has to be 100. Okay. If you do for the rest of the time, while you control a special summon token, your opponent cannot target other monsters for attacks. So if you summon successfully, we're going to apply the attack restriction effect in here. Let me fix this up a bit. It's kinda ugly. It's kinda ugly. Try that. Okay, let's go with this. Right, so let's see, where can we find this effect? Opponents, monsters cannot target other monsters for attacks. Your opponent must cannot target other monsters you control for attacks. Okay, that seems target. That seems possibly fine. Press them off your hands. Okay, yeah, this is the same actually. Right, okay, let's go with this. This needs to be a bit closer because it special summons something and then does it. Right, so we need this. Token. Alright, so it's permanent. Actually, it's only for the rest of the time. Or you control. So we need to add the reset here. Yeah, so we need the end phase reset as well. So let's reset phase, end. Okay, cancel the battle target, the opponent. Cannot disable. Seems fine. What's the target function? Yeah, okay. So that should be fine. Okay. So that's the token summoning. Now let's see the damage effect, the no battle damage effect. During damage calc, if you complete battle damage, you'll be accessed on less. Yeah, I think this card is close. I was thinking about it earlier. Yeah, pretty much. Copy this. Needs to be a quick effect. Chaining, not chaining. Damage calculate. Location grave. Does it banish itself? Yeah, it does banish itself, okay. So that's the same. And then the condition. Let's see, let's go down here. Don't need this because it doesn't draw anything. Okay, so it doesn't need to be the opponent's turn. So let's remove this. The battle damage you take needs to be more than 0. So if you would take battle damage. Yeah. And you also need to have life points. Like 1000 or less. So do you get LP? P is equal to less than 2000. Okay. And then the operation. Avoid battle damage. No draw. Battle damage. So that might be fine. No damage LP. This might be okay then. Let's try it out. So the opponent's battle phase. We summon the token. The opponent cannot target other stuff for that turn. And then if I would take damage with low LP, we banish and we take no damage. We need to get low LP though. We could do it with attacks, I suppose. Yeah. So let's use alternative. Is to summon Big Beater. White Dragon. Tries for the double attack. And yeah. This should be enough, I think. Let's see. So I'm gonna summon this guy. So I have something else basically. Summon Blue Eyes. Okay, I didn't get prompted. Base battle starts. Let me see. Is a mistake here? Perhaps. Target activates. Let's see if this returns true. Like if it even runs first of all. Message. Okay. Does it not work? Let me see. By the way, just remember that I didn't put the opponent's check. Set condition. Needs to be the opponent's battle phase. Condition. Okay. Start at the start of your opponent's battle phase. It's a trigger, huh? Okay, I'm pretty sure there's cards that can only be activated at the start, like some card with arrows. It's like a quick play spell. Start this one. Okay, it's free chain with specific timing on the condition. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So this doesn't work, I suppose. It's probably only for trigger effects then. And then the condition is to check this. Let's put this first. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. If it did return true, I think it needs to hint timing. Oops. It needs the hint timing. And then remove the debug message now. Delete. Okay. Let's go. So, summon, blue eyes, all the effect stuff. Something else. Okay. There we go. I get prompted. Activate. They have. Special summon the token. So now you can only select this. Seems fine. Okay, go for the second attack. Okay. And then the next turn I should change. So this turn you'll be able to select the other guy. Yep, okay. And now I just need to do enough damage. There we go. Prompt. Banish this. No battle damage. The next attack did 2 damage normally. Okay. So this is fine as well then. And the no damage effect also works. So I can copy paste it in the other 2 counter traps. Okay. Next one is the negation trap. Sonic. Gotta go fast, I suppose. Let me save the script. Okay, so the battle damage stuff is the same. It stays there. Listed series. Okay, upon activates a spell trap, or control Dinoruffia monster, pay half, negate. If you do destroy, then destroy it. Okay, so this is kind of like the Yang Zing trap, I think. What is the name of it? Creation? Maybe? No. Pillar? 9 pillars. Come on. Pillars of Yang Zing. Jeez. This one doesn't have the Everything else has. Okay, spell trap card. Only spell trap cards. Let me check this. So negate. Destroy, destroy. So only negate and destroy. Okay. Negate, destroy. Chaining. Only once per turn. Conditioned. Let's see. Okay. Right, so you need to control a Dinoruffia monster. So there's to be a zone here. Isn't the same monster? Yangzing card. Okay. Gotcha. Dinoruffia. Okay. So that's a condition for controlling the Dinoruffia. Cost is here, and then it needs to be a spell trap card activation. So no mouse effects. Type activate, chain negatable. Okay. So this seems to be fine then. Cost is here. Target activate, let me copy them from here then. Why? Wow, I just noticed this. There's two different filters on this card. This is the Yangzing trap. And they're both the same exact freaking thing. That's kinda stupid. I'm gonna, if I remember, I'm gonna fix it up later. Actually, put it here because I'll forget otherwise. Right, so I'm copying these parts in. Like so. Okay, so let's do string. Category negate. Category destroy. If you do destroy a card and destroy one Dinoruffia monster you control, you should I think you should have an operation info for destroying your Dinoruffia as well. I think. I'm gonna think about it and maybe do it later, because I'm not sure. Okay, we don't need this. Oops. Okay, activate. So, negate, destroy it, then destroy one another. Negate, cancel the grave. Let me check better. So just this for start. We don't need to cancel grave stuff, that's required on the Yangzing trap because it returns to the deck. It's a bit different. So if you do destroy it, then you destroy Dinoruffia, so let me see. Let's put this over here. Oop. Then we need to select what to destroy. Select matching card, TP, S, what's the name? It's a filter. Location M zone needs to be a monster. Select one of them. nothing, if there's nothing to select, we just stop here, break, and then just destroy it. Negate activation if you do destroy the card, then destroy one Dinoruffia monster you control. Okay. Could put a in selection tool, in selection, see, so it flashes a box around the card you selected to destroy pretty much. And we do not need all this. Okay. So we should be good to go, I think. Let's see. So I need to control the Dinoruffia monster. It won't activate the spell trap. We do destruction, and then the great effect. We know it already works because it worked on this guy, on the token trap. So we just need the opponent to activate spell trap, but not monster effects. We can do it with this, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I made a typo in the category, apparently. There we go. There's an extra C. Set. Activate, summon. Okay, now special summon this. I should be able to negate this. Okay, but not the monster effect. Okay. And let's restart to actually do the negation. Hit destroy, and then destroy my Dinoruffia, and of course the Dinoruffia triggers because it was destroyed, so yeah, there's a synergy there, of course. Okay, so this one is also finished, and the last one is a copy, right? I'm pretty sure this one copies. You control Dinoruffia Fusion. Pay half, banish one counter trap from your graveyard. This effect becomes the counter trap's effect while the card is activated. Yeah. So this copies any counter trap. This only copies the normal traps. Here. And the graveyard effect is exactly the same, no battle damage, etc, etc. So let me copy all of this. This one is called Reversion. Okay. It does not do this. It is only most button. It's event free chain. Okay, damage is the same stuff. Okay, so let me check. I'm gonna copy here script probably. This part. The copy. And a little bit is going to be the same pretty much. This part right here. Okay, we do need to change the cost slightly. We're just going to take this. Actually, it's exactly the same here because she pays half life points as well. So we don't need to change anything actually. Just the name. Target. Okay. Right, so I need to control Dinoruffia Fusion as the condition. So filter, space up, Dinoruffia, and C is type fusion. Okay, that's the condition. And now the trap we banish needs to be a counter trap, but it doesn't need to be part of the archetype. So let's remove this. And is type counter. Okay. Check activity effect. It's the same. All of this should be the same. Vanish at the cost. Apply the effect. Blah blah blah. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to copy? We could copy judgment, I guess. Yeah. Let's polish parallel. I also need to control a fusion, so okay. And then the opponent's going to do something, and we're going to get it with solemn judgment. Pretty much. Now, when I normal summon, no, it didn't work. Okay, it worked for the spell, but not for the summon. I'm not sure why though. Okay, there's a no here. 58. Oh boy, 58. They'll value RE. This might be an issue in judgment actually, and not this card. 57. Why is Arena being passed? What's going on? What am I selecting? Oh, it's this. Yeah, it didn't actually indicate. Oh. Could it be because this has two different effects? It registers two different activations. Target. This is difficult. Is there another common trap that copies? No, there's not. What does Trap of Darkness do? Let's see. Yeah. And free chain. They have. Let's see. Select target. False true. Okay, let me check what these parameters do. Maybe I need to change them a little bit. Neglect condition. Neglect cost and copy info. I don't. This maybe this should be false. false then, so we don't ignore the condition. Copy info is being used to get all the parameters that might also be needed. Okay, let me try false here first. If that doesn't work, we're gonna need to copy the information probably, like Harp of Darkness does. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Trap of Darkness. So it takes all the info here. Explanation. And then just uses it to pass it here, basically. So this line, okay, there. Actually, I should. Didn't change it here, so I didn't actually properly test it. Let me try again. Judgment. Okay, yeah, we need to do this. So I need to copy this. Over here. And then this. Over here. And then again in the operation probably. Okay, yeah, this check is performed here because it targets and then it copies the target effect. We don't need to do this here in reversion. We only need to do the operation parts. Okay, he doesn't do the copy effect again. So maybe it's not required in the operation. Let's see. Nice. Let me try the summon. Hope it works. Fusion. Set this. Okay, normal summon. Does work? Shit. There might be a problem with. Because negating summons is very, very peculiar. Like has a specific event and stuff. Yeah, an event free chain would not cover it, that's the problem. But this is not the right strip, this one. What if I make a different one for the summons as well? For these, let me check. So local, E1A for example, E1 clone, and we're going to change the event to be this one. And then just register it. So when that specific event happens, it also has the chance to copy stuff. That's probably the problem, because event free chain, which means whenever you're free to activate fast effects, does not cover really the summon negation window. That's probably the problem. Yep, okay, that works. Although I would doubt. 57. Index and null back, he says. didn't banish. Actually, did it prompt to banish? I don't remember. Let me check. Nobody. Okay, didn't prompt me to banish, which means that he says there's no correct card in the graveyard that matches the filter. It's probably because of that, huh? I need to ignore the chain in this case, the condition. Do I always need to ignore it? Although, no, the Trap of Darkness does not ignore it. Let me try this. Put through here. To ignore the condition, and the condition on Judgment is that there's no chain happening. But this is kind of weird because there is a chain happening because I just activated the trap. I think that's where it kind of gets confused. So I can select it, but then it's gonna fail on the next set. So this needs to be true as well. But if this is true, should this always be true then? Let me see again. What does it do? Neglect condition. I would think it needs to check the condition always, right? So for example, oops, sorry, I knocked the mic by accident. Pay half. So if you try to copy this, should it only be possible at the start of the battle phase? I'm not sure. And I can't find anything that's copies counter traps before, so I'm trying to think for normal traps now. Let's see. Target. Is there a normal trap that can be activated at specific timing only? Like start. No. End of the battle phase. Right, evenly matched. So what's the ruling with evenly matched and Trap of Darkness? I don't remember. Right now, Trap of Darkness ignores the condition. So it would be able to target it even, which doesn't sound correct actually, because then your opponent won't control more cards necessarily. You can make it more match cards. Yeah, that's gonna probably go around. Actually, now that I think about it. Okay, for now, I'm going to this here and Trap of Darkness. So I think it makes more sense to not ignore the condition, especially on counter traps. But in the case of Solemn Judgment, the condition fucks this over. Okay, so can I check the event somehow? I think I can. Maybe. Event. Check event, erase event. Let me test it. So in here, I'm going to this message. So if it's event summon in our case, we're gonna say true in the chat, otherwise it's going to say false. Okay. And with some parentheses, everything close. Yes, right here. Okay. Oh boy. Husband, poly. Okay, so with this one it should say false. Definitely, yeah. When I summon it should say true. I think. If it works as I'm imagining. Yeah, okay, so it says true. So okay, so I'm gonna use a quirky little function here. Summon negate check. Oops. What this is going to do, function as summon negate check, is that it's going to return whether it's one of the summoning events, pretty much. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay. Let's see. Now it should work for both the summon and the spell. Get it correctly? So negate the spell. Okay, we're good. And then it's trying to negate the summon. Okay. Right, so of course this is kind of pending rulings, but this is how I'm imagining the card to work right now. The idea being that if you are copying, let's say, Solemn Judgment, and you're trying to negate a spell, you ignore the condition, right? You don't ignore the condition, sorry. You don't ignore the condition because the condition is going to check that it needs to be a spell, it needs to be by the opponent, etc, etc. So you need to not ignore it. Of course you're ignoring the cost, because it only copies the effect. But when you're copying Stolen Judgment to negate a summon, the condition for that is that there's no chain going on, because you cannot negate summons that happen in the middle of a chain. But when you do this check inside Reversion, which copies, there's already a chain because Reversion is chaining one. So the check fails there, so it's not allowed to copy. That's why I'm doing this. But we need to do it for the other events as well, so flip summon and special summon. Leap summon, special summon. These are the summoning negation windows, basically. If you want to call them that. And then we need to do this as well. For the other summons, special summon. His name is B and C. So we have C, E1C, E1B, E1A, and then E1 of course. Okay. So let's try like Cyber Dragon for example, which is special summon. I didn't think this guy was gonna be so complicated, but I figured it out, so that's fine. Yeah, special summon, boop, vanish, okay, destroy, good, okay. Yeah, so there was basically two problems with this card. First of all, the standard event, which is event free chain, like I said earlier, it's whenever the player is allowed to activate any fast effects. This event does not cover the events for negating a summon, which are very specific. Event summon, flip summon, special summon. So first of all, we need copies of this effect for the specific events. Number one, so that the card can activate during those specific events if the conditions are met, etc. And second problem was the condition stuff, like ignoring the condition. So oh boy, so when you wanna copy a regular counter trap, you don't want to ignore the condition, of course, because say you wanna copy 7 tools of the banded, which negates a trap. The condition for 7 tools is gonna check that, hey, the opponent is activating a trap card. So you need to check the condition to make sure that the activation timing is correct for the counter trap. But for the case of negating a summon, like the case of Solemn Judgment, it checks that there's no chain going on, which is gonna be false when you've already activated Dinoruffia Reversion, because it's already chain link 1, so this condition is gonna fail, so it's gonna think that, oh, I cannot use Solemn Judgment now. So in that case, you need to ignore the condition. Now, there could be an issue with something that negates the summon, it has additional conditions on top of it. Let me think. If that's the case, I don't know how to fix it. Negate summon. Right, so for example this. So this checks that it's no chain, and it's the opponent's turn, and the opponent summons, and it's main phase. If we negate the whole condition, it's gonna not negate, if we ignore the whole condition, it's gonna ignore all these checks as well as the current chain check, which I feel like is not correct, but there's no way to separate it at the moment without moving all that stuff in the target function, which is unintuitive because it's the condition of the effect. Okay, for now I'm gonna leave it as is. So it works with Solemn Judgment, for example, with summons. As far as summon negation goes, and it is pending rulings as well in that regard. How does it work? We may need to change other cards according to what the rulings say, which the set comes out in like 10 days, I think, so yeah, we can wait 10 days. Okay. Let's clear this out. So yeah, we're done. Yeah, it took a bit longer than I thought it was gonna take. Yeah, that it is. Just trying to put this in order. Yeah. So I want to check the ruling for these two. It's my butt, and this had something else to check. I forget. Anyway. Yeah. So thanks for watching. By the time this video is up, the cards are already in the game. You can go try them out right now. Yeah, it took a bit longer than I thought, but whatever. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.